right, and it is time right now in a new day, in a new hour. It's Beyond the Pole with, of course, the lovely, the talented, the also smart and oh so gorgeous Katrina Lee.
Hey, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is our first night on Thursday from 10 to 12.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We have an extra hour, so we have a lot of them. And this is our first show in the new year. So happy New Year 2018, and we are a year old. So go go go! I'm excited. We're upgrading. Really, I'm ecstatic to be at this time.
Huge.
Like, it's much better, and it's more ideal, I believe, for our listeners. Because for one thing, we're not competing with football, and most people, we don't want to have kids listening in and stuff like that on the time slot we're on Sunday. So
right, not that we swear, which we can't swear,
not
but
swearing, but
we do talk about different types of subjects.
Yeah, so this is just a little better for us, more ideal. So
I think it's awesome.
I'm excited. So we are going to have our Beyond the Pole 1 year anniversary party. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Saturday, the first Saturday in February.
Cool.
Which will be great. And there's going to be like a cool cake, and we're going to have just a good time. Bristol, who was on our show, Bristol the Pistol, she's going to be there. She features on the first Saturday. And a bunch of girls who've been on the show or will be on the show, because we're actually starting to get ready for all the filming. So we're going to have lots of hot girls from all different clubs and areas and cities are going to be coming on, and more features this year. And I'm adding a lot of cool stuff onto the show that hopefully everyone likes, but we're always looking for your feedback and input. So make sure you contact us. We're on Facebook at Beyond the Pole Radio. I'm Katrina Lee, KatrinaLee on Facebook. I have a personal account, and then I have a modeling page with updates on club issues and stuff going on. So feel free to give us input. Follow me on Facebook. Add me, my page. We have Bailey's here today, and we have Zeus the dog, and we have a guest, Dawn Marie from Foreplay Toys out in Buffalo. And on top of it, we're going to be having a call-in from the new club in town, which is actually Rebelz. It was the old Dazzlers, Club 35, Baby Dolls in Fredonia. And he's going to give us some updates, what's going on, changes, and we have a lot in store, so I'm excited. So we're going to cut into our first break song, which is Star of the Show by Thomas Rhett.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're going to go. We're pulling that up. It's coming up right now. And, we're getting that up here.
Hey, the location, Katrina, for the anniversary party, where is that being located at?
It's going to be at Playmates.
In
Byron, okay. Yeah. So it's full nude. It's 18 club. And over. So pretty much any listener who listens can, or is paying attention to us can come on and on board. It's a good time. It's laid back. There's no alcohol, so it's good too for our people in recovery because they're not tempted as much. And it's like $10 at the door, and you get more dances specials. You get 3 for $60 or one dance $30, but it's private rooms. It's full nude with contact. So
that's Saturday the 1st, you said?
Yeah, no, it's the first Saturday in February. Okay. So that's cool. Easy way to remember it. And we're going to make the event page for the party. We're going to put it up on Playmates, and then we'll have it on the Beyond the Pole page also. So people can see all the info online. It'll get updated.
And now where exactly is that? Is that coming out of?
That it's coming from Playmates.
From Playmates, okay.
Yeah, and I have an adult store in there, a small one. It's got a little sampling of everything, dancer clothing, some great deals going on. So check it out.
Yep. And you have them all over the place, don't you?
I do, and expanding, but I'm getting more back into sales and concentrating on the company. So I'm really excited. I was just in Erie last week, Pennsylvania, and I saw a bunch of my friends and went around and went to Splash Lagoon and the casino. And their Candies is always sending us features and stuff. We're always talking to them, so I'm excited. And then that new strip club opening in Fredonia, that's kind of cool. They have another club in Pennsylvania themselves, so.
Wow. Okay. And you know what? You think we'll be getting more of the porn stars with the
we
later night?
definitely are. We're only getting bigger and better this year, so I'm excited. And I just even because of filming, I want to have them doing shout outs popping on, and that's kind of why we have Dawn here to see. Because ideally, what we're looking for is a person who can go on our TV show and do a toy review, and then can do it every week on the radio show, a whole little section. So we have a lot of really neat changes and ideas coming up. So I'm just really excited.
And the TV show's going to open doors to so many different things.
Yeah, and it helped. I had experience because I did The Purge and a bunch of other movies this year.
You're a movie star.
And it really built it up and kind of led into this. So we're looking to So keep it in mind, you can always apply or just send a shout out and let us know. You might be kind of the one for us if you're a character. A kind of a cast of characters for the TV show. And, like a guy who wants to be the lap dance reviewer who's, I guess, well seasoned in getting strip club lap dances. And, we want to have like the toy, product person, a bunch of dancers that come up, do pole tricks and pole trick of the week and a lot of cool ideas. So, all
right, well, let's go to that break song and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And right now, we're going to take it back to the second part right here of Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
Right. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Thursday. It feels so weird. I'm excited. It's actually like dark out. It seems more like it would at a club, and I'm like amped. It's more listening based, and it's more my speed. Because Sundays, sometimes I really didn't want to come in. It would be like the summer, and I'd be on the boat on the lake, and then I'd be like, oh, I gotta come in, or like I wouldn't be able to go to like Bills games and stuff like that, and have fun with everyone because I had to come in for the show. So
Sunday's a lazy day, and especially I'd have to leave to come, cruise up.
Yeah, there's just some days where
Yeah.
it's just like the weekend, or my family had like a lot of get-togethers, so it made it hard. So I'm like, this is just so refreshing. But check us out on Facebook. We are Beyond the Pole Radio. And we have Dawn Marie from Foreplay Toys here. So I'm pretty excited to have her on, and we're going to have some nice, fun discussions.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dawn, and I am from Foreplay, the number 4, PLAY, from Buffalo, New York. I started my company 12 years ago, kind of a sex expert, so if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Looking for distributors in the Rochester area to sell for me. I sell American-made lotions and potions, and if you ever put anything from China on your box, you will appreciate the American-made, unless you want a rash.
Right.
And just a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to being here, answering any questions you have, talking to you about the newest sex toys they have out, the best sex toys. I personally have tried every single toy that I put in the catalog. So there's
Nice.
You really have to. You can't tell somebody you should buy this if you've never tried it.
Right. No, I agree. So
I try to really get out there and hit the 3 orgasms. I think every woman in the world should come as often as possible.
I agree with that too.
Right? Yeah.
Bailey's kind of turning a little red. No.
I was just thinking of this like meme that had just a dude's face just in the Y and her hands all through his head, and just how. And I've been known as a monster vagina licker, and I've been called that by actually my buddy's girlfriend. Told me that once, and so
Wow.
Yeah.
Buddy's girlfriend.
Yeah,
You may not be buddies with them after the show.
Oh no, he was right. He was right there.
Okay.
I helped finish her off
Oh wow.
down at the Sun Club. So it's just I just thought I was thinking of that image in my head when it's my ADD.
So what is the number one selling toy that Foreplay offers?
Right now, it's called the Kiss Clit Kisser. It sucks your clit. It literally sucks your clit. You could hold the toy and it'll suck your finger and by itself.
Wow.
It's absolutely amazing. And your luxury toys are going now to a USB port, so you never have to be mid-orgasm and have your batteries die again. Go stealing them from the remote. Or
Right.
your kid's toy, like, I need batteries! So that's not really an issue anymore, thanks to the USB port. And those are your luxury toys. They're not sticky latex anymore. They're trying to go to a little bit higher. They cost a little bit more, but you're getting a 15-year warranty.
Okay.
Husbands don't last 15 years. Boy,
That's true.
I mean, 15 freaking year. You don't get that in a car or anything, but your sex toy will last 15 years.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah,
a peek.
That's a priority.
It really is. I mean, a woman clit has 8,000 nerve endings. You
Yeah.
need to hit those 8,000 nerve endings. That's the goal.
Yeah.
To
No.
come and come and come and come again. And it's men are only 4,000. We are the simpler. You know what I mean? Really going out there and hitting all your erogenous zones, like the clit, vaginal opening, and G-spot. Those are the 3 way women are going to come.
Yeah.
And that's what I make sure that the toys hit, are all 3 orgasms. So you could take a peek for yourself. It's the number 4, PLAY,
Okay.
BUZZ.com, foreplaybuzz.com. And it'll show you the new toys that are out there. There's just so many, but that clit kisser, I swear to God, I had a hickey on my clit. I used the toy for 3 days straight. It's just that good.
No, that's awesome. I'm a big clit simulator one, and I do have a luxury toy, one of the better ones with the USB ports.
And
I love
USB.
it. And,
It hooks they hook into USB ports?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I like sticking your iPhone charger.
Your car, your computer, anything. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the material now is almost like silk versus the old school latex. Do you remember they get sticky?
Yeah, and they're gross and like hair and stuff on it. So like you throw it on a towel, like because you're gonna
like
try
my
a
pocket
different toy or something.
Your pocket vagina gets sticky or whatever.
Yeah, and like it's gross
because of the latex.
Yeah. So I have a question about pocket vagina. So you mentioned that your toys have 15-year.
Some of them,
warranty.
the
Some
luxury
of them.
ones do.
And you said that husbands don't last 15 years. A lot of people don't last 15 years. Most toys don't. Pocket vaginas also don't last 15 years.
No,
you got to go with
I agree.
They have this cock ring right now, though, that does last 15 years. It has a 15-year warranty, a USB port. You don't even need a vagina there. Just use the cock ring. It's that kind of like you don't need the cock there. You don't need the vagina there. It's just all there. It works for both people, but alone, you're like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you a story about my first pocket vagina. So I was at Kimberly's Intimate Apparel. Some of my DVDs were there, and I knew the one girl worked there. So she gave me one for free just to hook me up. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Star Wars.
yeah.
Okay, so I always would lose my pocket vagina, so I named it Padme. Remember in the Star Wars of the Sith when Darth Vader comes out and he goes, "Where's Padme? Is she okay? Is she all right?" And he's like, "No," because I'd always lose that son of a bitch. And
How do you lose a pocket vagina?
just in my house because especially if I had a girl or something over, I didn't really want to have it out. And then I would take
full display.
Then I would take it in the shower to clean it. I would take it in the shower and clean it. It'd be stuck there for days. But then if it was like on my nightstand, it would fall under the bed and get all hairy.
Oh, and the worst is the hair that gets
Yeah.
on
the
them.
hair.
Well, then-
Especially when you have a house with pets.
Then I'll tell you a funny story. So this thing, I used it for quite a few years. I tore it kind of like I literally was a rip in the lips part from using it so much. So I needed something to do with it. So I used it in a Halloween prop as intestines for the Juggernaut prop. So one of my Halloween props, there's a pocket vagina there, and I sprayed it. It looks like intestines.
You know how many people probably touched it that night,
It
though?
was great.
Nah, most people didn't touch it because I also had syringes coming out of this neck, and it was pretty hardcore.
Because I was thinking people would be walking up
It
going
was
like, "Let me
classic.
see your intestines." And
So then-
they're touching where he came like 17 times a day.
Yeah.
So then, and it was just a last minute thing. I'm like, I'm going to stick this out there.
I'm gonna stick my pocket vagina on my costume.
Because I believe in
Because
reusing
why
stuff.
not?
So then I went back and I bought another. I bought one this time, and it was called an Alexis. It was named after some Alexis porn star.
Probably Alexis Texas.
No, it wasn't her.
No,
It
she's
was
my
like-
favorite.
it was like-
She's a big buy. She's like
So
all
this
like
one's-
corn fed.
This one's Alexis. So my ongoing joke with this one is like, Alexis.
I'm a thick. I love thick girls. I'm right there with you.
Alexis, please get me off now. Those.
Yeah.
That Alexis, the thing you can talk to,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, Alexis, please get me off now. I'm not equipped to do that. So
That's what she says when you tell her to get you off.
if you say to some stuff, it's like, I am not equipped to handle that.
You're definitely not equipped. Oh, that's funny.
That's my pocket vagina.
When you're
stories.
turned down by your Alexis.
right. That's a problem. I can't even imagine.
I've been turned down by a lot of things, but never by my Alexa.
Right.
What
type of lube do you recommend?
Yeah,
or
I
what's your number
love
one lubes
the
are?
woman's lube. You really want to stay away from, again, your lubricants need to be made in the USA. And any woman who's ever had a yeast infection will attest to this. You don't want to risk infection. You want to make sure it's in the USA because we have regulations.
Okay.
And when you're putting anything on your vagina, you want it made in the USA because women are internal, men are external. You could pretty much put friggin' anything on his shit and he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But not so much you. So I would definitely say I like pink lube. It's so slippery that if you were sleeping with a midget, you'd lose the whole damn midget.
Okay.
Seriously, where's a midget in my ass? I could suck a midget right up my ass. It's insane.
Lucky our
Well,
producer.
we're later.
didn't
Well, we're
hear
later
about
at
the
night, so
midget.
you can say that.
Our producer has a midget fetish.
think
if
he's-
he heard
So do
that.
I.
Go
I don't
nuts.
want to. Yeah, I do too, but only for the boy ones, not the girls.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like curiosity, but I kind of always joked around about the midget fetish thing too. But there's like this.
Did you know they have real size penises?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing.
There's a midget male dancer, and I booked him to do a party, and he did it for my friend, and then she was having a baby shower, so I paid him to dress up like a baby and run out at her baby shower. So it's this midget male. Marty the midget was his name.
See, I have Labu the midget. I buy him for my catalog launch party every year.
Yeah,
and we get to play past the midget, and we put a bow tie on him, and you can do selfies with them.
Right, that's great.
I absolutely love midgets.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And then we had Bridget the midget on.
Bridget the midget's my favorite. Did you make her smack her ass?
Oh my God, she tried.
She
was a classic.
so
She was
funny.
wild.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was a midget handler. I picked her up at the airport and everything, and took care of her and
midget handler?
carried her. She liked to drink a lot.
Yeah.
So carried her from like Tris where she was into the hotel, and got her on the airport plane again, and it's quite the adventure.
Midget handler. I really I like that.
She was quite the handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little more than I was planning on.
Were
but,
the guys loving her when you were out in public?
She wasn't even out. She was they're loving the storm of spectacle that I almost just that we
She
like
was having
created.
a lot of issues with alcohol and some problems.
Yeah, so she kind of went like nuts. So it was kind of like a hot mess.
Oh, okay.
Like that looked like odd. So they were taking pictures of me carrying her, and like because it looked odd, like the little midget porn star in your arms. And gosh, I don't even know.
That's funny.
It was interesting. So it was quite the ordeal.
I'd like to watch that.
I got some classic videos that are priceless that I'll never forget. But
back to you, Dawn. So talking about lubricants and stuff, I don't know if they still sell this, or do you remember a lubricant called Anal Ease?
Anal Ease, they still have, yeah.
Yeah.
Anal Ease, yeah, absolutely. Anal Ease is great, but having anal is like parking a semi in a 2-car garage. You're gonna know it's there.
Yeah.
You're gonna know it's there. You're gonna want as much lube as possible. Anal Ease and vodka, I think, are a great combination.
Oh, right.
If you're taking 8
Some
inches in the ass, you really want to have a little bit of extra.
What's funny, I saw her name might have been Dawn Burke.
That's me.
Oh my God! And duh.
She thought she knew you.
I wasn't sure. I thought so too, but you didn't have purple hair.
Yeah, you've been at some of
No,
my.
and
You've been at some of my
she's been at
parties.
some of the parties or something.
Yeah, you were like super loud or whatever.
Loud.
You were
I'm
pretty.
insulted.
No, like you were pretty like interesting. It was at a. Stagette. It was a Stagette, obviously. I remember the bar. I don't remember the name of it. I hooked up after too. I remember that one too.
Of course.
I played bubble hockey with
The
this.
victory at
I
the
played
end.
bubble hockey with this girl, and she had a boyfriend, but it didn't matter. And I was like, "Yeah, want to go hook up?" She's like, "Yeah." She goes back. I go, "You just like that, there, girl?" She goes, "Yeah." I just said, "Peace, bitches," and she left. And I was like,
Right.
She was cute, man. I liked her anyway. She ghosted, of course, after. But so I thought I knew you because you were guys speaking of Buff State.
Yes,
in areas.
yes,
I remember
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've been a distinguished speaker there. I love sex, and I just wish women in general.
I remembered your name because then I was like, Dawn. I was like, okay, so
Thank you.
What's funny is
We need to
because I
open up.
thought you were retired. That's why I thought you retired.
I've been going strong for 12 years now. I have 45 distributors, and I really want to get more in the Rochester area, so that's why I want
But it might have
Yeah,
been
no, this would
you.
be great,
It might have been you with the anal-ease that talked about anal-ease that you could use it on a toothache.
You
too.
can use it on a toothache.
Yeah,
It's the same
see? I
ingredients.
remember.
Her anal-ease and Hurricane have
See?
the same components.
I remember your
Wow.
presentation.
So if you are really in a jam up the ass or in the mouth, you can use anal-ease.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, you were real. Yeah.
Yeah.
No more swearing?
yeah,
Sorry.
No, you got
Did I
to
swear?
use
Okay.
ASS.
But,
You can't say ASS?
Yeah, you got to say butt.
You guys
Okay.
got
Butt.
All right, butt. Can I say ANAL? Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Okay, I wasn't sure.
You were all like, I remember, because you were just loud. You were like, the average man's penis is
6.2 inches.
Yeah, you know all these.
right.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
6.2 inches hard.
6.2
Yeah, and
inches.
then-
For an
Oh.
American.
Yeah, but you did like a
Oh,
quick
okay.
15-minute spiel, and then it was a quick one at this sidebar. I don't remember the bar, and then
Bars are hard to
then
do
I
parties
did,
in.
Then I did my thing.
You did
after.
your thing. I remember that. Were you a cowboy that time?
Probably it's one of my trade. I do a lot of.
Is it
whipped cream.
cowboy or cop?
Well,
Cop,
cop's most
probably.
popular, but I always wear cowboy boots.
No,
and then
so I just seen you on
switched.
Facebook. Somebody paid for you to be. She wanted a cowboy. Weren't you just a cowboy recently?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I
Everybody
just
wears
seen
the
that one.
cowboy
There's somebody's
hat a lot.
50th birthday.
Yep.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right.
I saw that one. That was
Yeah.
good.
That
So
was-
speaking
it
of
was a show.
Facebook, Bailey, what is your page? And Zeus, and then
Oh
do you
yeah,
have a
my
foreplay?
my page on Facebook. I got my dancer page, which is Bailey Exotic Dancer. Zeus's page is Zeus the dog, Zeus, because people can't always spell it right. And then my website, BaileyExoticDancer.com, and then my personal Facebook page that I'm selective on who adds me is Paul Bailey. So
Right,
my
and
stuff.
what is your company's Facebook? I'm sure they have a Facebook page. Right?
I do. I have my personal one, which is Dawn Marie, which is very dirty. So if I offend you tonight, do not add me.
Right.
I don't need anybody else
That's
reporting
kind of like
me.
my page.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
I have no
Everybody
shame.
gets a trophy nowadays, so they feel that I could report you on Facebook. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Instead of just scrolling right past
That's
it
why I
like an
screen.
adult.
Like, who
I
cares?
screen who adds me.
I try to
my
too,
friend,
but
to my friends, the mutual friends industry, and I'll write so especially if a guy adds me, because if a guy adds me, if I don't know you, I want to know why you're adding me.
Oh, I agree with that one.
Are you a
For
Bible?
you.
Because I'm a male dancer. Are you a Bible thumper? Are you a troll? Do you think your girlfriend likes me? What is your deal?
yeah.
And I have safety concerns and issues, and I don't need your crap. So, and if it's a girl and they have a mutual, I look and then I'll ask, is this person cool? And the female dancers will do it to me too.
I don't
So-
blame you. You want to make sure who you're watching.
Yeah.
But my website is the number 4 PLAYBUZZ.com. And that'll bring you right to my website. If you wanted to book a party in the Buffalo area, I'm available. You can reach me at VIBES, the number 4 play at yahoo.com. That's my email. Shoot me an email. We could talk. If you're looking to work, make some money. My girls make a ton of money because I pay them more than anybody else.
That's good.
I believe women should support women. That's
Yeah.
my goal. You know what I mean? Small business, all about Buffalo, local business, Rochester, just making a difference in a
Yeah.
small business and not, supporting the corporate, the big, huge Walmarts.
Yeah.
Let's stick together with small business. And that's why I like to pay my girls a little bit more than the average.
No, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you want to
So-
succeed. You want each other to succeed. I don't want to just,
Yeah, no, that's kind of why I always I'm a female owner too. When I did the stags, I tried only like an agency taking 10%. I wanted the girls
yes.
more have it.
and they're the ones busting their bum.
Yeah, and
Bum is okay, right?
changed it and it went well, and it was one of the few, because you'd see kind of predominantly male. It's different.
Yes.
And,
And women like working
and
for
even
other
female
women
strip
when there's
club
a
owners
respect
are
there.
different. Yeah.
Yes.
And the clubs are more family kind of oriented. Like it's always like there's fun stuff around Christmas. It's usually more decorated.
Yes,
it just
I
makes it
agree with
happier.
that. I completely
So-
agree with that because I've been in clubs that women own, and they seem cleaner too. Is it just me?
No, I think it is.
I think the
'cause
clubs
it's
are
little
cleaner.
details like on the bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah,
like
where
that.
they have like the soap, the lotion,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
little
some little body
hairspray,
slash,
the
all the stuff in
tampons
there,
left
yeah.
out. The little things.
little details. So
It matters.
Speaking of it, we have a new club that's gonna be opening up, Rebelz, and this one in Fredonia, the old Dazzlers. I was not a fan of Dazzlers. I was aware of it. I started helping out with the owner initially, and he was just doing everything wrong. So he wasn't from the area, and I knew it wouldn't last long. So of course it didn't. So this is actually the replacement Dazzlers. I don't even think it didn't even make a year, but he just didn't seem to understand the laws in New York State and thought he could get away with them. So he
Don't
was
they
doing
all
these
though?
loopholes.
Until they're caught.
And I told him, you got to pay the girls. You got to, you can't sell alcohol or even have a couple that you give out when you're a nude, no alcohol, non-alcohol club. He is bringing girls from across the border in Pennsylvania and creating almost like a sex trafficking over state border, like
Yeah,
a felony
that's insane.
federal charges.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff. And then, with the products and things going in the bag, change the rooms into like all these bed dances and just things that don't go on anymore. And, it's just kind of ignorant. And he is targeting college students because it's near Fredonia.
Yeah.
Which is okay for some fun, but you want guys who work, they're older, so
have
all
money,
the
college
guys
kids
with
have
money.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah, so all the guys
And
with
you want to
money
be able to
weren't
pay the
coming
dancers.
in, so it
Not
was
just the cover charge to get in
Yeah.
and then have no money left over
fights,
for the
and
dancers.
then he made it his own personal playpen, which you tend to see a lot of male owners do this. So
Yeah.
they'll own it and it's their fun, and they're like, I get what I want, and there's all these girls who will follow through because they feel they have to have their
Yeah.
job. So that's another reason I always kind of female owned clubs, because you never hear those type of stories.
You don't.
And usually it's one of the owners oh yeah, I want to make sure the girls don't feel they got to do this, they got to do that. So that's
Keeping
why
them safe.
When it was
But he's the new owner is going to be on after 11 o'clock. I talked to him, so we're going to call him. And
Wasn't it
he's doing
Diamonds?
finishing touches there
Diamonds before Club 35, and a girl named Diamond owned it. When I
now.
stripped there
That's a
few
little
times.
past my time. So
Yeah,
you can
I
ask
stripped
him.
there.
He might know all the history
I believe
of
it was called Diamonds, then Club 30. Or
I thought Diamond was Diamond Dust, and then became Tally Ho,
that-
which
there, but-
then
okay, the girl, her stage name was Diamond, and she owned it, and we did a few, it was me and then some local guys, which was a hilarious story in itself, and full dude there. We did a few ladies' nights thing, but
Okay.
it was
How do
interesting.
ladies' nights usually go in a strip club?
I think it's a matter of when he was saying he was doing it and now, like, because times have changed too.
Yeah,
so.
times have changed. This was like they tried to get some locals. It was me, and then there was this guy. He was kind of weird. This weird yoga guy, skinny, no experience. He went by the name Kulpa, which was like his last name or something. And he'd be there while girls were coming in. He'd be on the stage meditating naked. And I'm like, dude. I'm like, if you're to dance, you're just giving away the goods before it even started. He's like, come on, Bailey, just let me do my own thing, man. I'm like, okay, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was like,
you don't know at all.
I've never done this.
I was like the 7-time nude entertainer at the time too. Like I was just like, okay, man. And then there was 2 other guys that were supposed to do it, and they saw us perform, and they're like, no way, man, I'm not doing it. So it was kind of me and him. And then the one time he did listen, I gave him a cop outfit, and we put on like a decent song. I'm like, just trust me, do this. And he was better, but it just wasn't a lot of money. Actually, I got a funny Fredonia story. So then I gave lap dances to these girls, and then these hot Fredonia chicks was supposed to be a foursome in a dorm room, but then it changed. One girl couldn't go, and then it was going to be a threesome, and then we go back down, one bailed. We threw out and then ended up leaving, and then I don't know what happened. They must have caused some ruckus. I get a letter from Fredonia, and I still have it, saying I was banned from the campus for a year. For a year.
That's
and it'd be considered
crazy.
trespassing. Like, these girls, I don't know what happened. Like, it went from
Banned
foursome
from the
to a
campus.
threesome to then one girl was like, I'm
To
on the
cops.
rag. And then the next girl was like, I have a boyfriend. Actually, I have 2 boyfriends.
Have you ever
like,
danced in Canada?
yeah, I and peppermints.
And they do full nudity, right?
Yeah.
And how did you like that? Because I know the women there spend money.
I think we're cutting a break song. So
Are we?
yeah,
No, you're all
let's
good.
go up.
Yeah, I danced at Canada at Peppermints, and it was a whole different experience in
They
itself.
pay for slow dances. I've never
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
a woman so
You can-
desperate to do like prom dance.
Oh,
like
you-
I saw that years ago.
I know, I
felt
felt bad, dude.
pathetic.
I was like, just go get a Snickers.
I felt
it's
so
more
bad.
satisfying.
Oh, you wanna
I was
hear-
like, this is so awful.
You
Like,
wanna
hear-
I felt
Oh.
terrible.
You want to hear something
Yeah,
strange?
terrible,
Okay, I'll tell you
terrible.
something strange. There would be girls that would go there and drop $500 on their dancer and say, fit in as many dances as you can for me all night to some of these regulars. And they were there every weekend. And some of them were pretty young and engaged. And I'm like, don't you ever
No,
see your
man, not
fiancé?
the women I
My
seen.
friend
There
was
was
a
some, though.
customer.
It was weird.
So
Really?
we're like 19 years old, and she's paying for this one guy and doing like the same thing. And I was
Yep.
like, this is terrible. You're taking, like, you're a kid. Like, she was making good money living
Yeah.
at home, no overhead, but still, it was like going to this guy, and he was like 45. I mean, he was a trader, he had glasses and stuff, but then at the time, like, Scotty was there. This one
Scotty
cowboy one,
Houston
I
was
like
good
Scotty
and a nice
Houston.
guy. I
doubt
yeah.
they're dancing anymore.
When
'cause
I went
obviously,
there, it was
they
like
can't
for a
be
stag
older.
at, and the women were in the front row before an hour before the show even started. And if you got close to this front row, these women, it was like
Yep.
Black Friday,
Yep.
Walmart, trailer trash. They would beat you down.
They were territorial. And
I've never
then
seen anything like it though. I was
Yeah.
like, go
the
ahead.
whole club was like that. And then what happened was, if you came
You
in,
had to make
and-
money there.
No, I didn't make a ton though because I came in and I was talented. So the guys and some didn't like that, and they would tell the girls
'Cause you actually danced.
not to tip me. They would tell you anything to
Oh,
block
Caddy,
you.
like the dancers. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
We were
sick.
talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And then back then there was no Facebook or anything. There was AOL message boards, and they would write message boards about us, start writing personal stuff.
Yeah, they used to write
I had a girl
reviews
slash
and-
my tires. I had a girl fake a pregnancy from me. I have a damn vasectomy. Okay, I've had it for a long time. These girls were nasty. The stuff they would write about us. And then they had a big contest at Nude Niagara. Now this is in Canada, and I'm American. There was 3 judges, 2 were Canadian. I won it hands down. All people were mad. The owner didn't want to pay me the prize money. People were so mad. I smoked these guys. They did their same routines, and I did my Willy Wonka. I did this crazy routine.
Yeah.
And the judges and the managers were like, you won hands down. Sorry. But, man, it
Because
was
a lot of
butthurt
strip
at that
guys,
club.
I don't know if it's now
lot of
maybe I'm
egos.
saying from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the male strippers I've seen, the ones that dance make the money. Some guys just get out there and do like the man dance, like where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the muscle dance, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gorilla.
And then they just try to rely on, like, the size of their penis,
That's
and that's
exactly
it.
it. Like, look
Yeah.
at me, I've got 9
Yep.
inches, but they're not doing any dance moves. They're not doing
Yep.
the entertaining. They don't have the costumes on. They're not interacting with the crowd. And a lot like sex toys. Not everybody goes there and buys a dildo. They want the lotions and
Yeah.
the potions. And I think the stripping is the same way. A lot of women don't want the full nudity. They want
Yep.
the show.
Yeah, I like the show.
The
personally,
charisma.
so,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, did you see that? He was just wearing a cop outfit.
And I
No,
used
he
to
was a
do-
Yeah, almost
cowboy.
all the male reviews
Yep.
kind of all have to have this show.
Back-
It seems like
back
because that's what
then-
women want.
Back then,
Yeah.
I was doing because Austin Powers was popular. I was doing that. I was doing, actually, and I got my moon boots on right now. I was doing my Napoleon Dynamite act was huge. People liked it, but they gave me a bad rep for the first 6 months, and then people started to get to know me, and they're like, "Oh, he's cool," but it was hard hard to make money there for.
Is it really?
And then they did a hiring freeze around 2005, and they wouldn't hire Americans because you were taking away business from Canadians. 'Cause you
Yeah,
had to
they
get a
did the same
license.
for the female.
Yeah.
They
clubs.
did
It was
not. Did they
harder.
really?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was harder because I used to work at the Sundowner.
Yep, because all these
and I
girls
go
work
back
at
and
the
forth.
Sundowner and all these
And you
places.
guys- you had a problem with it too?
We had
Yep.
working papers
Yep.
eventually.
You had to
I got,
get
but it
papers.
took like
Yep.
a year and a half, and it
So
changed
they
the
tried
whole
to
way.
squash you.
And then they really
Yep.
made it. You had to get them every year,
That's
and if
cool.
their girls weren't as employed, but it's an adult industry, so it's different. But they had to view it the same way as all the other jobs. So, yeah, wonderful
That was
times. but
that.
Good
yeah.
time. It seems like a very competitive business.
It is very, especially now there's so many clubs and then people meet outside and then there's Backpage and just all different. And the internet, you, can
can't
get
just
whatever
do
you
a
want.
clean dance anymore. It really doesn't seem like it's out there.
It's got,
Back room, meeting in the
there's
parking
all
lot.
that. And then
Here's
so you
this.
get the reputation because a lot of girls are doing like the same thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no, speaking of it too, like, so you plan on taking or expanding into Rochester, slowly taking it over?
Absolutely. I'd love to get some girls to work for me from Rochester. Like I said, like my only competition, they're from Ohio and they're selling Chinese. I am
Yeah.
a Buffalo girl selling American.
Right. So we are going to cut into a
Okay.
little break and
Go for it.
revamp.
All right, and we are giving you back right now to Katrina. Beyond the Pole.
Welcome back. It's Beyond the Pole. I'm Katrina Lee. You see me in Hustler, and I am upcoming in Honey Dolls magazine. I just got approved for this set, and I'm being featured, and then I'm going to talk about the radio show and like TV and a whole bunch of cool stuff we have going on, and how I help like make a heroin overdose addiction awareness, and we do like kind of life hacks. So the show's fun and like adult industry and things going on, but it's also like intelligent and teaches people stuff or more awareness on like feelings, depression, drugs, alcohol, like all different topics. So that's what's cool. Like I kind of call it, when you say it now, it's been a year, people are like, how would you describe your show? And I'm like, it's kind of Howard Stern style strip club rehab life hab. I call it life hab, really. It's like my own word. It's not a real word.
Yeah.
I'm like life hab, like all different ways. Like you don't have to be completely sober to do this or that. Like on ways you can improve your life, make it better. Even if you're dancing, I want to get a finance guy for taxes, you know, to help girls like know what they can write off and all different. You know, like I'm sure you can write off different stuff because of your
Absolutely.
company that
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't think about. Like you can write off your makeup and everything.
You can write off. I was able to.
Like
I
work
asked my
expense.
accountant to write off my midget, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm only giving you half a discount."
Right.
Usually,
Yeah, no, that's great. Have a discount. I love it. I have one of those midget blow up dolls too. I had it at the baby shower party. So we just got like everything there was. And it was hysterical. I actually have the pictures on my Facebook. If people
Do you
scroll
really?
down and be like, yeah, Randy Lynn's baby shower. And it was like
That'd be
epic.
the best
and then
baby
there's
shower
later
ever.
on, there was like a male review too. It was at the bar next door to where she was having it. So we all like went over there. It was great.
Nothing like a baby
It
shower
was
with
funny.
midgets.
Yeah, it was Marty the midget. I don't know if he would come from Cleveland
Aw.
and kind of do the
Was he
tour
cute?
circuit. He was cute. He had these Batman underwear on. He'd be like,
Aw.
"Spank me! I've been a bad boy. Spank me, spank me." And you're like, "Oh my god." This is great. Like, you know, I'm a little warped and twisted, so I like to try everything like once, maybe twice.
Twice. Yeah, I was
You
just
know,
gonna
just to
say
see,
twice
like,
if I like it. Three
Yeah.
times to make sure I really didn't like
Maybe,
it.
yeah, because you don't know. Maybe you just have one bad experience. You're like, all right,
gotta
I guess
keep
I'll try it
trying
again.
it.
Like, I don't always learn my lesson right away. I'll like, oh, let's try it again. Like,
Gotta
and my
go for it.
marriages, you know.
With my marriage,
So, like
I'm
that.
one and done. I won't. I can't do that.
So at Playmates in Byron, Batavia area, if you're from here, it's kind of in between Buffalo and in between Rochester. So I thought it was the perfect place to have our 1 year anniversary for Beyond the Pole. I have a little adult store inside it. The owner is female. She used to dance for years. Her dancer name was Kitty. So she'll be there too. She's got a big following, you know, kind of saved up, worked her way to get her own club. It's smaller, but it's more family
I love that
style.
you're supporting her.
Yeah, and she loves it and the show, and you know, this what she wanted to do like for the girls, so they didn't have to do with the guy stuff or more. They do different little things, so
That's nice.
It's neat and certain little details. But they do like shower shows, it's full friction lap dances. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have I'm not gonna do food, and because there's no kitchen in the club, but I'm gonna get a cool cake and probably some naughty desserts, or I might even make a contest, you know, on who can make the naughtiest cake, and then you get like $100 prize or something. Because I've done that before, and they were huge successes at other clubs.
You went all out for your divorce party.
Oh my
so I'm
God, yeah.
assuming that this is going to be the same type of thing.
Yeah, well, that one was like hopefully the last divorce party.
How many
My
divorce
first
parties
and
have you
last.
had?
That was my first, because
Okay.
the first one wasn't like that. It was more just kind of like strip club manager, got real bad on drugs, alcohol, went to jail for 3 years. Was, younger, couldn't hold it all together, kind of just dissolved.
Gotcha.
Drugs, alcohol can ruin stuff. The second one, that was just a monster. So that's different. But we're not going to do that. But that one deserved a party because it was a really hostile divorce. And I didn't really,
Every
I
woman
got like
deserves
what
a
I
party.
wanted, but it shouldn't have went to that level. So it was great. And I did all these really cool cakes. But I'm looking for a fun thing. So I'm thinking actually that we should I'm going to do it. Like we're going to have a contest on the naughtiest cake or dessert. It could be cupcakes. It could be boob cupcakes with nipples. It could be penis stuff. It could be a penis cake that you cut open and white stuff oozes out of it. All different clever stuff.
That's just fun.
And bring it on, it's going to be the first Saturday in February. It'll be February 3rd. And, you can win $100. The club opens at 7. You could drop off stuff and come back later if you don't want to worry about it. The cakes.
What time's the party getting started?
I don't know, by 9 really then? Like then you get the guys who are earlier for the day and then you get people at night. But I'll be there so anyone can come. Bristol the Pistol's been on our show. Bristol. And she's on Facebook. And she's going to be there, and she's going to be kind of mini featuring. She only works there one day a month, and this is the day. So there's going to be some other girls who've been on the show or who will be upcoming on the show.
What's your favorite type of dancer? What body type do you like best?
I don't know. I don't think
What
I
do you
ever narrowed
enjoy
it because
seeing?
I think because I did the clothing sales for so long that I more like cater to their flaws or assets to make them look better. So I think when I look at them, I'm not ever thinking like I like this and that.
You're thinking, how can
how can I accentuate? How can I work with your curves? Like I'm more noticing little stuff like, okay, she's got wider hip. Like she would look better with the side tie booty shorts, or she's not going to fit in this and that. Because one size really isn't one size.
No, one size is never one size.
And especially if you're a little bit curvier or heavier, then you can run into a lot of problems. And then you don't want to be like that one size queen, or it's harder if you have big fake boobs. It's hard to hold them in, or you're like that right in between. Like you're a CD or natural one, so you need a little oomph. Like they're not going to fit very well in the triangle cup tops.
Okay.
So, you got to kind of work with the assets, I guess. But all different
body
types. But yeah. I kind of like curves, obviously, like not all up and down, and not like, I look like I have a drug problem or something. I'm so thin. Like,
I agree.
I care more about the face, I guess. Like, I'm a big face.
I like the healthy body, right in between. Just show me that you're healthy, nice
you're like
curves,
in shape.
You're in shape, you exercise. I always thought that is more attractive.
No, I agree with that.
I'm all about the persona because
the persona is great too.
I've seen plenty of naked girls in my life and dated pretty girls, and a lot of dancers are all pretty. It's really the persona and the heart, not the girl that sits there and complains, and the girl with the persona, smiles, eye contact, and stage presence. That's why the girls I promote, like a Trinity Turner or an Annie Lane, I became a huge fan just seeing them one time because they had that sweetness about them and cuteness, and those are the girls that make the money and bring happiness and stuff. So that's what I'm all about because they're all generally pretty.
Yeah, they're dancing for God's sake.
So the persona to me,
like he's saying,
persona separates them.
What are you bringing to the table?
Personality, smiling, big thing, please and thank you. If I tip you, and guys love it. Some girls just feel entitled to it, so you just say
please
thanks.
and thank you is never out of
stuff.
style.
Yeah, like do you mind
using manners?
Can I sing here? Yeah, manners. And a lot of girls don't do that. They get kind of warped. Like they're lucky that they get to touch me, and like they're giving me their money. But it's more like you should be lucky that I have all the girls are so competitive that they're actually picking to give their money to you.
I agree with you there. And it is just basic manners. People want to be treated, with thank you, please, I appreciate it, because they do have other options.
Oh yeah, there's tons, and there's so many clubs, and just nowadays, God, even guys are just finding girls off Facebook, inboxing them like, hey, what are you doing? And they're actually responding. It's crazy, but I don't know. We are listening to WRFZLP Rochester, and it's 106.3 FM, RochesterFreeRadio.com in the Rochester area, and you can check us out on the TuneIn app, part of the Armed Forces Network, in 100 plus countries all over. Anywhere the military is, you can listen to us, which is pretty cool. And we're Beyond the Pole Radio on Facebook, and I'm Katrina Lee. So I'm excited. We are here with Marie from Foreplay. We got Bailey and Zeus, and we are going to be getting ready to call in to the guy who is actually opening the Rebelz Strip Club, Gentlemen's Club. and it's like right in Fredonia, the old 35 Baby Dolls. It was recently Dazzlers, but a lot of people might not have went there. It was only that for a while. Like it didn't even make it a year. So.
Where is it in Fredonia? Is it right on the main
It's
strip?
right by all the bars.
Right by the college
Right by
bars.
the main strip. Okay.
That's what part of the flaw with it, so you're dealing with a lot of the really drunk college students.
Yeah.
And then, they're harder to keep track of. So it's slower. So you're not making the money, but then you actually need more bouncers probably than a regular club to stop the fights or stop the girls from all jumping up on the stage, possibly hurting the dancers. And it's
good
just a
times.
pain. Like, cause I could have bought that one and I was offered it multiple times. I was like, no, this isn't ideal. And they used
Bad
to
location.
Yeah, it is. It's really just a lot of fights and drama. And like even a couple of times I worked down there trying to help them out in the beginning and I had a store there. There'd be cops all over the place. And I was like, I'm too old for this. It kind of was like trying to be in college again myself and all those type of people that I was like,
I agree with you.
yeah, and I'm a little past it. So I'm kind of relieved I don't have to do that. So I'd rather go to a nice restaurant bar or a nice dive bar where no one knows me and I can just hide instead of that type. Being discreet. But I'm excited. So we have a lot coming up with filming TV for our show. And we're going to have Zeus on, obviously, Bailey, all different people. So contact us on Facebook. Or you can even call, or check online myself or individually if you need to get Bailey. If you have a cool story or you think you could be an asset or part of our show or you got some ideas, we're going to be doing STD questions and all different cool, like pole dancing instruction. I want to get a lot of local people around. I have upcoming, too, that February 1st. Is going to be one of our shows. We got Miss Ruby Sparkles, and she does a whole burlesque show and burlesque studio. Teaches women how to put on like the makeup and dance and stuff. And I knew her from like years back when she was in the industry more. So it's kind of cool. Like the girls who danced for years had a great time, personality, and then they find something involved with it, but on a different level outside. It's like a lot of times, like the women who own pole dancing studios dance at some point, or if they did like the burlesque stuff. And it's just kind of cool. So I'm excited. I think we're going to cut into a quick break, and then we're going to call up and we're going to be talking to the new people from Rebelz in Fredonia. So their grand openings this weekend, and I plan on stopping out there and seeing what's going on.
Beautiful. Of course, Katrina Lee
Yes,
with Beyond the Pole.
we're here, and I'm very happy with the show. Our first 2 hours on a Thursday new night and time, and everything's going really smooth, and no one's tired, no one's yawning. I think we're all like night people anyways. Yeah, pretty much. But
Absolutely.
So I'm
Nice
excited,
business.
and it's our 1 year show.
It is 1 year show,
Yeah,
I know.
so we got pizza and we had wings, and
Yes.
we're gonna have the fun party
Thank you,
with the
Gary.
cake and dessert. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good time. We're all enjoying it. So I'm amped, and we have ready to go. We're going to be listening to the new club in town, Rebelz, and here's some info. So I'm excited. So here we go. And we have, I never done the phone thing.
Here we got a minute.
Yeah, no, okay, we got it. So hi, how are you? You're on the radio
How about
now.
yourself?
Pretty good. So you said you were painting tonight?
Yeah, we're finishing up all the final pieces to be able to launch this weekend.
Okay. That's cool. I'm excited. So I always like it when there's new clubs. I don't know. It just like switches it up. And then we just had Tris close for a time being. So you probably should be able to get a lot of girls from the Buffalo area coming down and checking it out.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, we're bringing up girls from PA and a couple of other areas from our other club. We actually have one in PA also.
Yeah.
And so, we're basically going to work to correct a lot of the mistakes that have been told to me by a lot of the people around here from the previous clubs, and learn from all the mistakes and try and go to the next level.
Yeah, I hope it works out because, like I said, the club has changed hands many times now, and it would be nice to see it stay with one person and be successful. And I mean, it helps that you have prior club experience with another location too that you can kind of piggyback off of and bring some new faces to the customers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've faced a lot of the challenges in PA that we're going to basically face here. I know earlier you guys were talking about, the college crowd and fights and stuff like that. We had that in the beginning, and we basically corralled it real quick and lit it up, and, our crowd ended up being a little bit more older crowd.
Yeah, that's ideal. That's what people want. At least dancers as an entertainer myself, that's what I always like better. Nice little guys come in and out, then they go back to their wives. They're not really bothering you. It's like ideal.
I hear you.
They come in on set days, like Tuesday night's their day or something. So
Hey Pedro, so this is Bailey here. So your new club
in Fredonia, New York, Rebelz, is it like the old one, full nudity and no booze, or how's that working?
So for right now, it is full nude. It is. There is no booze, but we have a couple of bars around us, and we're going to be working with them to, basically, see what we can do as far as getting people drinking and coming back in and so forth. Exit, come back in type thing. One thing that we have that a lot of the other clubs didn't have is that we're actually going to be open from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. So, it'll be the perfect spot after you go to the bars to come in and kind of either sober down or, continue partying until 5.
That's interesting, because I know the bars there would close at 2, I believe, usually in Fredonia.
Right. Yeah. And that's basically what we do in PA, too. I mean, a lot of the bars down there, basically, all the people come on after party, and they party till 5. And we've actually recreated the entire stage now. It's more of an interactive stage as opposed to the stage that was there before. The problem before was that it was so small that you really didn't have much fun. Now the entire stage basically is around the club, and so as customers are sitting down, you're actually interacting with all of the girls as opposed to, just sitting there watching from the corner saying, I'm bored.
Yeah, no, that's smart. It was a small stage. I have worked there through the years and checked it out, but I totally see what you mean. And there is so much opportunity to change it and kind of redirect it the right way. So, I'm excited about it. And it's called Rebelz, right?
Yeah, Rebelz Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, no, I think it's neat. I actually have like a Confederate flag and a heart on my stomach because I went down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I just thought it was really cool. I was big into the whole history, and I was drunk too. I thought it made sense at the time. But then my friend is a big country girl. She's gonna be on this show, Daisy, and she works at Playmates, and she got a Confederate flag on her shoulder like me. So it's just kind of funny. It's like the two blind girls at the country club. And we like country, but I think that's pretty cool and different. So how many dancers do you have starting for this opening weekend?
So we usually run anywhere between 15 and 20 is what we run down in PA. And that's what we're going to be working to basically do here. In the beginning, we'll probably have around 10 to 15 just to kind of feel out and see how it works. We opened for a couple of weeks ago just to kind of get a feel of how it worked here. Yeah. And kind of learned from some of the mistakes and saw how the crowds worked. And we basically took that, rearranged the stage accordingly. And, we're basically going to, the ultimate plan is to have 15 to 20 girls. That way, there's always girls around you. You can do private dances, you can do VIP room, you can, enjoy your time on the stage. It just depends on what it is you're into.
Yeah, no, that's neat. Are you keeping the bed dances in there and some of the stuff that he changed there?
No, bed dances are gone.
Okay, I was curious. I was like, come on, like.
What'd you do with all the beds? Were the beds still there?
Beds.
Did you burn them?
I threw them out as soon as I signed the lease.
Bonfire.
No, to me, we run the club. The original club that we purchased is because my wife used to be a dancer.
Okay.
And she always her dream was always to own a club, and so. I'm a software guy myself. I work in a completely different mindset in a different world. But our dream was to own a club. And so we opened up the club. We run the club clean. We run the club, the way a club should be ran. We work with the girls. We do everything around the girls,
Nice.
And, we basically, at the end of the day, we have the mentality that if you run a clean club, you run it correctly, the people will come. And the people will have fun, and the people will talk about it.
And you'll get better girls, too.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So then they'll bring the better guys. So no, that's exciting to hear because there's so many clubs being done kind of the wrong way. So, yeah.
No, I mean, it's like I said, it's her dream, and it's something that we're pursuing, and we're actually looking to expand to other places afterwards. We're looking at one in West Virginia now, and one down in Nashville. So her ultimate dream is to basically walk into a Rebelz one day, and nobody knows who she is.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah. Very cool. I do like a lot of the adult clothing, so I go into all different clubs, so I've seen it through the years, and I know all the owners and different stuff at there, and I like Fredonia. It's kind of cool. It's a neat area, and, I think there's a lot of potential, especially because, you get a lot of truck drivers stopping off there and everything, but, so I think there's a good chance, and I do like the thing. So you said on Facebook that you're changing it from being black paint into you're, like, brightening it up. The club?
Yeah, we're going inside is going to be a Rebel Red. We're in the works of doing some internal decorations. We're going to be having a graffiti wall done by a local artist. basically so it plays off of the black lights. We're basically, the way our club runs is basically a big house party with strippers. That's the best
That's
mentality I can
perfect.
give you. It's,
I love that.
everybody's having a good time. Everybody is, here to party, and what we want to do is bring what we do in PA here. In PA, we'll usually have anywhere between 100 and 150 people a night, easily just sitting all night partying and having a good time. And, that's basically what we want to bring here. So, we think that we can do it. It's something that, we're going to work hard. We're going to put in the work, and, we're going to work with the local bars and the local community to kind of erase the black notch that the club has in this town.
Yeah, no, I think that's smart. The owner wasn't the best who was there last, and he made a lot of racist slurs, which caused some hostility. And he would be like, "We got blue-collared people in today, finally." Like, it was a big deal. And I'm like, that sounds so bad. So, I'm sure you'll be able to, fix some of that.
The previous owner, like I said, I don't really know him. I just kind of talked to him a couple of times to get the club. But, the biggest challenge, I think, for us is, he burned a lot of bridges, be it with the town, be it with the people around, the other businesses around us. And so, we're going to do everything we can to show them that, hey, we're not going to run a dirty club. We're not going to have drugs and all that things in the club, because that's not how we do things. Yeah. And, we're going to run a club that's fun, that's going to bring people in. We get people at the other club. We have people that drive 5, 6, 7 hours just to come and experience the club. Awesome. And so we're going to try and do the same thing here, bring people from New York City, from Washington, D.C. A lot of our clientele that comes to the other club, and bring them down into Fredonia so that, they can experience this small, quaint town and kind of get a feel for, the Rebelz way.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Now, how far away is your Pennsylvania club from Erie, Pennsylvania? Because I conduct a lot of business down there, and we have a lot of listeners out in Erie, So
I think we're about 2.5, maybe 3 hours away. We're actually close to State College down by Penn State. Okay. It's basically dead smack in the middle of the state, so.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. So I wasn't exactly sure. So I'm like, some of our listeners might not know. So that's cool. All right, did you have some of the girls from out there come up and check out the club yet, or help you out, or?
Oh yeah, I have a few here actually are helping paint and get things ready. They're just as excited as we are. We run the club as a family unit. We all get along. We all have a good time. And, we actually do things outside the club together. We run it as a family unit because, like I said, we have a passion for what we're doing as opposed to we're just in it for the money. And, the girls are out here, they come out, they help, they've helped build, they've helped clean, they've helped paint, they've helped, No,
that's really great. That's a good sign. It shows that they like their job and working for you. Now, do you plan on doing any mail reviews or any kind of toy parties or different events in there also? Or
I know a toy person for you.
Right.
Yeah, we actually down in Pennsylvania, we actually have a mail review that we run ourselves. It's the Rebelz men that basically they do. We do all kinds of shows, but we've worked with other venues before, like Magic Mike and a couple of the other ones that we've brought in. To the club. And so we probably will be doing some of that stuff here. The main difference is when we use the actual, the Magic Mic, it's usually like a 2 or 3 hour show. Yeah. When we do the show ourselves with our guys, it's basically a full night, just like the girls do it, but it's guys. And so, you can do private dances. You can do, it's less of a, tailored, Broadway show and more of an interactive, you get to party with the guys.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I actually like that. We just it's not the draw, so there's not many clubs like that in the area, kind of closest to Canada in selective hours. But no, that's cool. Now for all the girls who are listening, because we obviously have a big dancer and person fan base, what do they need to do to come down and work there? Do they have to call in advance and set up an audition, or why don't you tell us a little about it? How do we get hired at Rebelz?
So what we usually do is we hold auditions an hour before we open on Friday and Saturday. It's usually an open audition. We just need you to bring ID. And what we do is we do a full set on the stage just to kind of get a feel for, your comfort level. Again, being a full nude club and, your experience on the floor. If you have no experience, we can train you. We can work you through it. If you have experience, great. But ultimately, if you do that, that initial audition and everything goes great, then you can work the same night and get paid the same night.
Okay. That's good to know. And then, is there any things for like girls from out of town? Like if they work on a regular basis, do you guys kind of put them up in a hotel or pay for some gas? Or I know that's something a lot of traveling girls usually ask.
So we have two options. Sometimes it's kind of like an give and take. It just depends on the situation and how many girls are coming and how far. But we actually have, when we purchased or we rented the actual location, we actually rented one of the apartments upstairs, and we're working on getting the second one.
Oh, that's great.
So that we can basically provide, a place for them to stay. As if you come and work, then you have a place to stay without any cost to you. Or a small fee, just if you use light or something like that, $10-20, whatever the case might be. But the idea is we want to make it in a place where you want to come work every weekend, you want to have some fun, you can make good money at it, and you're going to work for actual bosses who give a shit. Excuse my word. As opposed to somebody who's going to yell at you, scream at you, be in your face just because they're only interested in making money.
Yeah, no, I like the whole idea. And I mean, just the fact that the girls are helping out, but even staying above it, because before it was like college students and they took up like all the parking and kind of was a nuisance there at the club. Because there's another thing, parking was not the best. There was like some right by it, but then like
and a ton of potholes, I remember from way back then.
But
one of the things that we do in PA, which we're actually going to start doing here, is actually shuttles. We do shuttles down in PA where we go pick you up and then take you back home for free.
That's smart.
That way, if you drink or if you go to one of the other bars and you drink a little too much, you don't get a DUI on your way home.
No, that's great, especially because there's so many students who probably don't have vehicles. To be honest, like especially like freshmen starting or out of the area ones.
What?
Yep.
Pedro, it's cracking me up. I have the thought that you had some of the female dancers in their painting. I just picture them in Daisy Dukes and like a wife beater, like half cut shirt, just all sexy, just painting. It's just embedded in my skull right now.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's not reality.
They're probably in their t-shirts, sweatpants.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, no, probably not.
It's in my head now.
So what is your Facebook page and website so our listeners can check it out?
So the easiest way to find this is to go to rebelsclub.com. From there you can actually see the girls that we have on staff that are going to be working that night. We list them, interactively. Or you can go to a Facebook page. Just search for Rebelz Club. Okay. And you'll basically get both clubs. You can see.
So it's REBEL, or can you spell it out so everyone knows, or is?
So it's REBELZ. So Rebelz with a Z.
Okay.
Club.com.
All right, so they know exactly. Yep. No, that's great. I don't know if you've been to the Lion's Den. It's on the Ripley. It's like the New York border of PA, right after the tolls. You should drop off your passes when the club opens, or have one of your entertainers or a customer who lives down there do it, because they'll put them on the front counter so that people will take them and stuff, like if it's free cover, if they go in there, or $5 off cover and stuff. And they're usually pretty good supporters of telling you to go to which ones. And it's kind of like halfway club between PA and Fredonia for you. So
okay,
there's a good little hint. So
that's a good idea.
I think Nikki. She's one of the girls that's stayed on with us. She's actually
I love her.
Already volunteered to go down and take care of that.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then I'll drop off, or I'll tell the guy from the Extremely Hot, because you want to advertise in there, because that's where all the girls go. So then you get the trailing dancers, all the customers will know it's a new club, new ownership, And that's Richard, the owner. He's up in Rochester. He's one of my good friends. So I'll tell him and let him know too. So that's a big the adult source of info on top of the show. So we're excited. Thank you for letting us talk to you. Do you have anything else you want to say, or anything about the party? Is there what's going on? Anything special, or?
So the only thing I will end it with is you need to come out and party like a rebel.
You should. I love it. All right. Thank you. And we'll put you on our Facebook page and stuff and help send out your info. So thank you so much, and enjoy finishing painting. Thank you.
Until 6 in the morning.
Right. Bye.
All right, and we are back right now, of course, with Beyond the Pole and Katrina Lee.
Hello. We are Beyond the Pole Radio on Facebook. Add us. We're going to be posting a lot more, and we are going to start having the Toy of the Week, which we're excited. And that's what we have Dawn here from 4Play Toys with a 4, and she's going to tell us about the Toy of the Week. Give us a good little rundown, and we're going to post a picture on the Facebook page, and you can check it out and see what you rate it.
Okay, the Toy of the Week is called the Kissing Rabbit, And you could see that at www.4play, Play, buzz, buzz.com. It is the best vibrator ever, literally. It has a 15-year warranty. It comes with unique multifunction suction. Yes, I said suction. It's insane. It sucks your clit, bottom line. And it's the most amazing orgasm ever. It's designed to hit the G-spot and the clit all at the same time. It's whisper quiet, so my moms out there will appreciate it. We've all used the pillow trick where you're putting like 7 pillows on top of the toy, hoping the kids don't walk by and hear it. We've all been there.
It just makes the days go by.
6 independent clitoral stimulation, independent vibrating motor shaft. This is the Cadillac of all vibrators. It has a 15-year warranty and a USB port. So when your toy is about to die, you could plug it right into your computer at work.
Yeah.
Yep, no problem. Put it into the car.
Right now is
work.
great.
Right
I
at
have
work.
one like that. Love it.
You really
it's
do need
amazing.
the USB
ports
port.
are amazing.
It's
That,
cracking me
and
up.
I would highly suggest the Coochie shaving cream, especially for the dancers out there, or really any woman. No one wants razor bumps on the panty lines. It's disgusting.
Doesn't look good.
And your butt does exist. It's not a unicorn. Shave your butthole, please.
Right.
Nothing worse than seeing a spider in a girl's butt. I mean, you need to shave.
Hey,
It's
take
just-
care of it. They
You
have
do.
the coochie spray too after you shave, right?
Yes,
to
it's
protect
amazing. You spray the Coochie box spray. You spray yourself when you get out of the
Yeah.
shower. It makes you smell fresh for 14 hours. 14
Yeah.
hours. So if you dance, do yoga, go to the Erie County Fair.
Erie County Fair.
You know how everybody stinks at the Erie County Fair. I think you just stink walking in the door. It will make you smell amazing for 14 hours. It's like your panties just got out of the dryer.
It's perfect.
So I really suggest just, take
That's,
a look.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, take a look. We also have like Cherry Bomb. It's a woman's Viagra. And it flavors you for 4 hours. So if
Okay.
you're pulled over tonight and the cop goes down on you, you are guaranteed to taste good.
All right.
I mean, this is a
That's good to
bonus.
know.
You never
Yeah.
know who's
Yeah,
going to go down
never
on
know.
you. You
never
don't.
know where you're going to be and what's going to happen.
Exactly. And then, you could have a game, guess the flavor.
Right,
There's
yeah,
6
and they
different
will.
flavors. You can guess the flavor.
Right. That sounds exciting. Why
True,
not?
I keep Viagra in my wallet and everywhere on me anyway. So
You really,
it's a good
you
idea.
should. Cialis, I would recommend personally, but.
I used to use
Did you ever use
Cialis.
Cialis?
Yeah, I used to say for weekend use instead of the daily use commercials. So
Weekend
yeah, for
use.
weekend use. So the
That
5
thing's
milli.
like 12 to 14
the-
hours.
They're like 36 hours. Sometimes it's stronger the next day.
Oh.
And so I'd use it. The 5 milligrams fine, and then I'd use 10, and they use 20. But unfortunately, it's hard to get now, and because I had a doctor friend of mine give me like 50 sample pills. And
Well,
stuff.
did you
It
ever
was great.
notice how it's like that internal, like where you get even when you go limp, you're hard. You get that internal hard, and it's like a slinky where you want to keep catching it. Remember when you were a kid?
it would speed
And you
up.
keep trying to get it.
It would speed up my my refractory period where I go 4 or 5 a night or sometimes just keep going.
You could go
So-
and go.
Yeah, and then sometimes my record's 8 in one night, and I've actually had double orgasms, triples, quadruples, and 5. I've
It
done
is
that.
absolutely amazing, especially if you make the youngins take it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That has to do a little trick. As if I'm on the bottom, I know how to do a little trick for that. But then I would sometimes do the cocktail. I called it. I would take like maybe a 10 milligram Cialis, right, and then chew up like a half of Viagra right before. So then I had,
Oh, my
if I was
God.
spending a weekend for a girl, so then I had the immediate power and then the power the next day. So just
One
to-
girl
just
or
to wreck
Fredonia
it.
State University? I
Fredonia
mean, come
State
on. You don't need to
University.
do just one person.
Yeah.
with
Going
that.
The
wild.
Fredonia, when that thing came to my P.O. box, that was hilarious. Like the incident
Oh, that's right,
that
you're not allowed in there.
for just a year. I got to find the letter. The incident, happening on this date. I guess it created a ruckus. I was like, oh my god, who cares?
At least they
Right.
found you.
Well, my P.O. box, they found one of my business flyers. So because I had
that's
signed
how
in
they
at the
got
dorm
you.
and whatever. So
Can you imagine
Whatever.
writing that letter?
Oh, I know.
yeah, it was like
I
the
mean,
campus.
my
And if
goodness.
I showed up, I'd be arrested for trespassing.
Yeah.
Right. They're probably laughing too. Just
It was wild. I mean, this
Probably
is like
laughing writing the letter.
like I
though.
can't believe I
Yeah.
have to do this right now.
I'm so embarrassed.
Like, that's so crazy. But
it was bizarre.
so upcoming things in the adult industry. Any parties or events you have? Mail reviews, Bailey, at all, or even in the next month?
I got a killer show in Ellicottville tomorrow with a little funny story. If you want to hear about that real quick. This is bizarre. This is funny. And this there's a moral lesson to this story, ladies. Put a passcode on your phone because you never know who gets your phone. So this two girls hired me for this show. And we already went over everything and whatever. all of a sudden I start getting inappropriate messages from the one girl. So, Bailey, show me the goods, right? And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
what are you talking about? I go, do you mean my promo photos? Because usually a girl wouldn't ask that or whatever. And she's like, no, she's like, personal photos for me, you know, I like it spicy, like my chicken wings, you know, stuff like that. And I go, well, to be honest, if you're talking about a full nude show, I charge extra $150 for that. I need to know in advance. And I'm certainly not just going to send full one. Contrary to popular belief, not every guy has, you know, penis photos of himself in his phone. I don't even have any in my
Really?
phone.
You don't
no,
have any?
No. I don't have any in my phone. I don't just send them out anyways. And for business wise, I wouldn't send them out. And, you know, so it was kind of creeping me out a little. It was bizarre. So I messaged the bride, because the bride actually was in touch with me in advance and all cool and all down with it. And I'm like, hey, what's this girl's deal? You know, she asked me twice about trying to do a lumberjack routine, even though I explained to her I don't have this stuff. I'm not going to go out and spend $50 for a one-time gig. I go, now she's, you know, sending me these messages. She's like, I just got some weird messages too. So then she started figuring out whatever. It was actually a gay guy friend of hers got her phone and started just inappropriately messaging the crap out of everyone.
That is awesome.
Well, it wasn't
never
to see
know,
you.
I guess.
it wasn't
That was
real.
impressive.
Yeah, wasn't
He
real.
wanted to see your
Well, it
goods.
wasn't real awesome because I think of my safety and shadiness and whatever. And if she was my
He was
only,
just a gay guy who wanted
but I didn't
to
know
see
that. I thought this
some.
was coming from the girl.
Yeah.
So, and if this was my only business contact, and they're acting all funny like that,
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't
makes
either.
me
Yeah,
nervous
exactly.
driving to Ellicottville and what what are they? What is this going to? Am I going to get paid? Is this a scam? Because there's
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
safety
that's
factors
true.
male dancers
Yeah,
have.
no, because it's a job.
So
It is a
and
job.
so the next, so then I found out. So the next day, she had apologized. I laid into her a little bit.
The
I go, look
bride?
well, the bride had apologized for her and yelled at her. Well, the next day, the other girl wrote back to me. It was like, hey, I'm sorry, my friend grabbed my phone and managed to ruin like 5 relationships in a matter of a day, blah, blah, blah. And I go, look at, I go, here's a new thing called a passcode. Look into it. And I said, second, if it wasn't for the bride and the other girl that hired me, you would have lost this show and I would have kept the deposit because you were kind of creeping me out with some stuff. So she apologized. So it turns out, so we went back and forth and I was kind of mad and I said, you know what? Now you're going to be the first one to lick whipped cream off my butt. And I told her, so there's like a bounty on her now.
Right. That's crazy.
So, but it
yeah.
should be a good time. So I got that coming up in
Well, yeah,
Ellicottville.
that'll be fun, the party.
Yeah.
And then actually tonight, the 18th, 19th, and 20th at Candy's is Rachel Larry. Did you meet her ever at NAP, Nudes of Poppin'?
It sounds familiar. I think I
featuring
have. I'd have to see her.
Is Rochelle. I don't know. I saw that. So that's at Candy's in Waterford, PA. Don't forget to check it out. February 3rd is going to be our Beyond the Pole 1-year anniversary party. I'm excited about that. It's the first Saturday. We got Bristol the Pistol. We're gonna have surprises, giveaways, different promo stuff. Filming some like YouTube videos, kind of sticking on the thing. Like you can pose, you can meet me, you can meet Zeus, probably Bailey, a bunch of girls who've been on here. We're gonna have a really cool cake. It's gonna be a good time. I am coming up, which I'm really excited about, in Honey Magazine, and also I have some other projects under work. So I'll have copies of that stuff and be signing them, including Intoxicating Magazine, and I have several hustlers and different things. So stop out and see us. I will be there starting from 7 on. The party probably really gets started more around 9. Is usually when it's busier and picks up. So it's 18 and over. So pretty much every listener can actually go there. And, they have a lot of sober friends or dancers and people who are in recovery. And it's a great club because it's no alcohol. So, I mean, a lot of people drink in their car, go to bars and stuff beforehand. So it's not saying you don't have to drink, but I mean, it's not tempting. So it'll be pretty good. I'm excited about that. We have a lot of changes in this upcoming 2018 for this radio show with bigger, better guests, new faces. I want to cast of characters because we're going to be filming for TV, so it just adds more. Doing lap dance reviews. I got a really cool contest for the beginning. We're going to have different toys of the week, and where you can get them in different stuff and product demos and pole dancing classes, updates, all different studios, expanding the local business. In Rochester, there is a Rochester Erotic Arts Festival. Jeez, that came out horrible. Rochester Erotics Arts Festival. And it's all like, it's called Reef. And it's all different, like paintings, photographers, demonstrations, fetish gear, all that. It's like really soon. So I'm going to go to that. And I'm excited. I usually am in it because I work with a lot of photographers and they'll sell like the pictures. But like do the demos and have like a Beyond the Pole stand and table and greet people too. And do interviews with a lot of these individuals. So it'll be pretty cool. We're going to cut into another quick break and then just kind of finish off. So this is our first Thursday night on, 106.3 Rochester Free Radio. And it was exciting. 2 hours, expended time, everything. So thanks for listening and keeping up with us. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There it is.
Yeah, that was the last break for the night, right?
Right, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
last break. We're almost coming to the end of
We
the first
are.
year show.
the first of the year, first of 2018, different night, different times, all different new people on. I'm excited. Yeah. Yay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Find me on Facebook. I'm Katrina Lee, Katrinalee. I post a lot of fun pictures, especially on the modeling page, and funny posts. So say hi. If you see me, check me out at the clubs. I'm pretty much say something. I'll talk. I'm friendly. I'm going to be at Playmates next week. I'm going to be there Tuesday and Wednesday. I've been kind of steadily doing those days, going in kind of at 9. And having fun and working on the store, and I've been adding a lot of new merchandise and cute dancer outfits. But usually we do something a little helpful and serious, and today's been kind of fun, like all different stuff on the clubs and stuff. So we are going to do goal setting and change plans. So when you're just trying to change your life, like this kind of the shows too, like Life Have, like be it a drug problem, alcohol problem, maybe shopping problem, anything like depression and stuff, that you kind of sometimes to help you, it's good to write it down and set up a plan on how you're going to do it. So you kind of label what your issue is. Like my problem substances are, and mine at the time, mine's kind of all in control now, but I work on it. It would have been alcohol and marijuana. Or it could be my problem is like I let people take advantage of me or this and that. And then you say my goal for changing my problem is, and then, for mine was at the time my goal for changing substance use is, and I'd be like, stay away from triggers, abstinence, deal with problems you have, like if you have PTSD because you're in the military or from an abusive relationship. Family problems from the past, identify it that you have a problem with it and that maybe you're drinking too much or you're using heroin to try to cope with it and does not feel anything. And, you can set healthy boundaries with friends or anyone and come up with better coping skills. So when it's stressful, you don't have to go necessarily get the bottle and drink or go to the casino. I mean, there's so many vices and negative things out there. And then identify what plans you have to take. In order to accomplish what your goal is or, get rid of what your problem is. So, if you're having issues with alcohol, you can always go to outpatient. You could take Vivitrol. You can avoid negative influences. You can use Interlock so you don't get a DWI. Then, all different, stay away from the casino, take gambling classes. I don't know, but and then things that can get in the way from resolving your problem could be bad influences, stress, self-doubt. A lot of people have self-doubt. You could come off as the most confident person in the world and deep down you're hurting inside or just not confident and people don't know, so or just fear I can't or what ifs or what has or any of them. They're kind of the worst things you could do. And then you can figure out people who can help you reach your goal. If you have supportive family and friends trying to work towards sobriety, or even a business, I know I can work those extra hours because my significant other is great and I know he'll step up and watch the kids or something. It's good. If your work, if you really hate your job, you're that miserable that you're drinking. I tell dancers this all the time. If you have to really use a lot of drugs and you have to drink a lot just to dance and get through it, you need to stop. You shouldn't do it.
Be dancing.
Because it will long term hurt you so bad. So you might think I make
Ellis
doing
any
now.
job that you have to drink or do drugs to get through. Anything at all. Stop doing it. Stop seeing
get
the
out.
person. Get out.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, like you said, person dating, anything. If you have to use vices just to get through it, that should be your first warning sign. No, this is not a good idea.
I agree with you.
And I've seen so many girls they start dancing, they dance for years, and it just eats at them, and then they don't want to do anymore, so they start drinking more. And
but
one of the girls,
if you don't, if you're not happy there, and then to get out, if she doesn't want to get out, you lose so much money. You're making a ton of money.
Yeah, and then sometimes it just turns their money is going into the drugs and the alcohol because
exactly.
they're not even making
circle.
anything.
Yep.
And then one of the girls who was on our show before, I was just talking to her, and she said that she realized that she's got to find another plan. She hasn't danced that long, but it's been 2 years and pretty aggressive, kind of climbed quickly to a more top rank. And that she needs to stop because she's finding that, last week, she got really intoxicated. And she's finding that she's drinking too much in order to get through the job and everything. You realize, she's a mother and stuff, that this is a bad idea. and I need to change my life. And that's what I talk to everyone about. Like, I have no problem with dancing at all. It's great. It can get you through a lot of problems fast. It's great for single moms, whatever. It's great for fitness.
Yeah,
There's some
absolutely.
great girls in it. But then there's people who like get sucked into the drugs, alcohol, where it's not good for them. Addictive personalities. Like if you're ever molested or something like that, like it's not the ideal industry. It's going to make everything worse.
Absolutely.
And, you just got to be healthy and kind of, like I said, or like be aware. Like maybe you want to tell your friends, like if you start dancing, like, if you see me starting to change, say something.
That's a good idea.
Because
really.
it comes like, it might not start like that.
You
and
may
then
not notice
the fast,
it.
Yeah, easy cash. And like the fact you can make all this money every day and keep going back and forth, or you don't realize even with the drinking, then you start drinking every day. Then you start drinking more.
And when you're
then-
working till 4 a.m. or whatever,
Yeah.
the bar is open or dance club's open till it adds
And
up.
your tolerance builds up, and
It
then
does.
and then your customers are all drinking with you, and you're more fun, and then you're starting to let stuff slide that you normally wouldn't. And it's just really a vicious cycle. So I'm not, just be aware, and like if people are telling you, and you're hearing from a lot of people the same thing, like maybe you should check out outpatient rehab or something, and they're telling you that.
Take the hint.
Maybe you should listen.
Take the hint.
See what they say. And there's a ton of programs because, I just lost so many people to drugs in the past, several years, but ridiculous. Every year it gets worse and worse. So, it's scary out there. And it's a lot of younger girls that are entering this industry because they they're fast, easy cash for their drugs and their habits. And once you get in, it's really hard to get out because there's not many jobs you can walk and make $300 fast on a Monday or a Tuesday. And like a
Cash.
couple hours, not really trying that hard, just kind of smiling, being pretty, going on stage, and
Yeah.
having fun with your girlfriends, being able to drink. You can do drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
They do. And it's like a whole candy factory of every bad vice you could ever imagine in one building, along with all the attention you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
And
It definitely feeds
everything
into
you
your
ever
ego.
wanted to hear, you're going to get in there. And,
Yeah.
you have to be strong and just stick with it. So. It's like you see some people do it a long time and they stay away from it all. It's amazing. Like they never drink and stuff. Or your stories are someone comes back after a long time and not dancing. And it's kind of interesting. And it's amazing how much has changed over the years too. So I don't know. People ask me if I would want to get my own club. And I have owned a club and I've done all that stuff. But at this point, I don't know if I'd want to because I do things long term. And I think where I'm going to be at it. And I just can't see myself in 10 years owning one just because the drugs and everything has gotten so bad.
Could you hire-
I can't imagine what it's going to be like.
But if you have a family atmosphere, like you said, some clubs really do, where
Yeah.
the woman's in charge and she cares about the girls and you're paying your girls more, you
Yeah.
might be able to avoid, not completely.
Yeah, not completely. It's hard.
But get girls like
it's
you.
a lot of work.
Yeah, but get girls who really just want to pay for college.
Yeah.
My daughter's going to college. We're looking at $68,000 a year.
Yeah.
If you can get around that, 68,000, yes.
Yeah, I know. It's
Duke
expensive.
University, Vanderbilt,
Nice.
UNFC.
My dad went to Duke.
68,000 this
Wow.
year. So if you have a great body, great personality, and you're not addictive, a lot of girls, that's what I'm saying. Somebody like you running a club
Yeah.
for those girls.
I know, and I did all this stuff. We even had Easter egg hunts, and I put money in the eggs, and
See,
had an
that's
egg with $50.
fun.
They all went running around looking for it, and I had all the staff do it. The bouncers too were all running around looking under, and it was hysterical. It was a great time. I was like, "Are we doing the Easter egg hunt again?" And,
That's
it was
cute,
a
though.
blast. It
Yeah.
was. I made it fun. We did all the Christmas gift exchanges, all that type of stuff.
Plus, speaking with addiction, there's the legal addiction too. I started getting a coffee addiction recently, whereas because people know I have anxiety and a little bit of depression, and I got in a habit to be productive. I had to go out and hit the Tim Hortons everywhere, and I wouldn't leave the house unless I hit Tim Hortons. And sometimes it was only one large cup a day, but then sometimes I got into 2 or 3. And so,
I think there's many people with that addiction.
yeah. But I nixed it 2 weeks ago. I went 10 days. Just cold turkey without it.
I
Day
couldn't do
3, man, I was hurting. I was having headaches and craving. And
Yeah.
then day 5, now this week I've had a few, but I went 10 days without, and then I just had a medium and kept it in moderation. So, and I know didn't you stop Red Bull?
Well, I do, but I did complete detox for 2 weeks, and then I'm allowing myself one small can a day.
Okay.
If I'm doing a late
Oh, yeah,
night,
yeah.
not just so he says it, and I'm hide the can. But I was.
Because I know you used to do a few a day.
I
few
was
big
drinking
cans, right?
10 cans a day.
10 cans
And
a
then
day.
it escalated to 4 of
you
the
really?
for until 2 weeks ago, 4 of the 20 ounces.
I'd love to see you clean your house.
So
Holy
no, I wasn't.
Jesus.
I'm ADHD, and it winds me down. I think a little.
I
more.
have
It's not giving me
ADHD
the energy.
too. If I take the medicine, like everybody's like, I take, Adderall, and I'm bouncing around the house. Me, I could take a nap on Adderall.
Yeah, I'm the
it's
same
the
way.
opposite effect.
So
if you have it, it does the opposite.
So I'm not like running
For
around
some
like a
people.
maniac or anything.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. But I like the taste, but it created. It does create ulcers. So I got an ulcer, and then so I had to stop it all. So I went through the caffeine withdrawals, and now I started to feel better. So I'm like, I think I'll test it. So only the past 3 days have I even remotely started kind of sipping the Red Bulls. So
It became like
we'll
a
see.
Pavlov.
It might get stopped again, but
You don't want to mess with ulcers, though.
no, it really
became a
sucks.
Pavlov, like classic conditioning dog experiment with me. With like every time I left the house, I had to hit some caffeine. Kind of like people who smoke cigarettes. Every time they start the car up, they always hit a cigarette. So I luckily never smoked, but that's how I started getting a little bit with the caffeine. And the damn Tim Hortons are everywhere, around every corner.
I haven't
Habits and
seen one
addictions
in
are hard to break.
Rochester.
I mean, not Rochester, but Buffalo, they are
Because I've been
everywhere.
looking for one to
There's
get
a
my
couple,
everywhere.
but
to get it for the
not-
morning, and I'm like, I don't see one.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a couple,
Buffalo, they're
but not
everywhere,
like
though.
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
they're every 6 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like that.
I was getting a little nervous. I'm going to need my caffeine fix on the way home.
Yeah, no, I don't
Right
even
down
know
the
where
road,
they
the
went.
there's 2 places right on the right, a Delta Sonic and another.
I seen the
you can
Delta
get-
Sonic that has a Tim's.
No,
No,
I
it just
don't-
has
I
coffee,
don't think
though.
we had Tim Hortons.
I need
around
Timmy's.
here.
I can't be doing
Yeah,
just
I just
regular
don't think
coffee.
we do. Yeah, but it's really hard. Like
When you're a Buffalo person, you need Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I'm weird, so I think it saves me money, I guess, in my teeth from eating. But
Yep.
I like same thing though. Like it's hard, like when you knock an addiction or anything. That, like we said on the goal setting, like you had to set a goal to do it. I had a kind of cold turkey, but it hurt so bad, the ulcer, and I'm not used to it. So I had heartburn. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I feel like someone stabbed me in the chest, and it was like one
you
of
don't
my
want
first
that.
times. So I was like, no, okay. So I really did. I stopped, I really didn't drink any alcohol, no Red Bull, nothing like that. Did the whole withdrawal, kind of stunk. Caffeine withdrawal is not the best. Kind of sucks, especially when you're drinking the level I was, and I felt fine. So I'm
That's
like,
why I give people who
I
get
think
off
I'll
drugs
test
so
it.
much credit. It's
yeah.
so hard.
So I was like, I think I'll test it out a little. I can have the 1 can. So, we're going to be wrapping up soon. I am Katrina Lee. Check me out on Facebook. I have my regular profile, my modeling page. I am on model Katrina Lee, KATRINALEE .model, MODELCENTRO, Centro.com. And you can see on my personal page fun pictures from Hustler, Penthouse, Backdoor Babes, Honey, Intoxicating Magazine, tons and tons of print works through the years. And I am going to be popping up in a bunch of magazines soon with a story talking about the radio show and different stuff I do to help with addictions counseling. And I'm excited. I'm going to be doing some tours and traveling to all different clubs and greeting people talking about the show. So there's a lot coming. 2018, we are Beyond the Pole Radio. My charity thing is Cats Meow Cares, KATS Meow, MEOWKARES. And it's all positive, empowering on people with toxic relationships, domestic abuse. Could be even family type abuse, like if you had a narcissistic parent and your child growing up like that. Why don't you give a rundown, Bailey?
Yeah, actually, I want to give a quick shout out. My team, Minnesota Vikings, play this Sunday to go to the Super Bowl, and I want to give a shout out to some of the groups I belong to: Minnesota Vikings Zone, Minnesota Vikings Fan, it's a limited and true Minnesota fight, Skull Vikings. Woo! But my Facebook page under Paul Bailey, Zeus the Dog is Zeus the Dog, and I'm BaileyExoticDancer.com.
All right, and
I am Dawn Burke, and I own Foreplay, the number 4, PLAY, and you can shop for PLAYBUZZ.com or contact me directly at vibesforplay@yahoo.com, VIBES, the number 4, PLAY @yahoo.com.
And we had on Pedro and one of the owners at Rebelz, REBELZ. And that is opening in Fredonia, New York. And there's another one out in Pennsylvania. So check it out. Grand opening this weekend. And we thank everyone for coming on and tuning
Thank
into our
you.
show. Thank you.